Welcome to ATB TV. Well, I'm here with Peter Morganti. I nearly said Peter Moody then. Is that might be an open for the Caulfield Cup, Peter Moody? You got the same sort of haircut.
Incentivised.
Well, it's Caulfield Cup. It's Caulfield Cup Eve, and it's raining heavy, and it's raining all over Melbourne. And I'll be shocked if we don't race tomorrow on a heavy track there. So that's going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons. I think if you can snag the first four in the Caulfield Cup tomorrow, you won't have to worry too much about paying any bills for probably 2 years. Pete, a lot of horses to get through, a lot of runners through the week, and we've got quite a few lining up for next week. So before we get your Caulfield Cup tips later on, your Peter Perfect first four. Let's go through last week's results and our upcoming runners, and then we'll spend a bit of time on our competitions, and we'll talk a little bit about who you think's going to figure in the Caulfield Cup.
All right, well, we'll fly through our 8 runners we had. We had a winner among them, but the first 4 we talk about were too special. Never Again. Well named, this horse, because I reckon we should say that every time it runs. Never Again. He finished well back. You can take us through the run, Darren.
I think you've been quite well back. He just beat the ambulance. Yeah, he's racing below par, out of his grade, needs to drop in class, give us a hope to get some money.
Spoke to Clinton during the week, and the plan's been mapped out, as the owners now know. So, Sunday at Ballarat, we had 3 runners. Saab had Let's Get Serious kick off in the 1400 metre maiden. He also finished well back.
Yeah, he's a horse that had a lot of issues. Done a great job to get him to the races. Even though he's the age he is, you've got to treat him like a young horse with no experience. Got on the wrong leg, travelled around all right, pulled up okay, doesn't know much. Couple more starts, should improve sharply.
Serious Deal and an Irishman ran in the same race. There was a little bit of chat and debate about their futures early in the week. One's moved to another stable, and the other one's been given another chance. Serious Deal finished second last, and Irishman finished 6th.
Yeah, I thought the track, to be fair, that was Seymour Cup Day, and it seems strange now as we look out the window that it was a very, very firm track last Sunday at Ballarat, and they ran almost a class record there. So I think you have to forgive those 2 horses. I think Serious Deal did jar up a little bit. He finished 9th. Didn't really let down on that surface. Going to drop him right back in grade. That was probably as strong as 64 as you could get. In fact, it's close to a city 64. Probably get a weaker one at Moonee Valley on a Friday night. So we're just going to drop him right back in grade and give him an opportunity to see if he's on the right track. An Irishman, look, he surged forward to the lead. He was tackled in the straight and didn't find much, and weakened out to finish 6th. So we've moved him down to Warrnambool to Pat Ryan. These country sort of horses can't be in these big stables where they charge a lot of money. So we're going to give him, the owners decide to give him another go with Pat Ryan, and we'll just see if out in those Western districts, there's a 64 win in him or not.
Full credit to Dave Eustace, who was quite happy and suggested Pat. So they're fully aware that, we're looking for results when we're in that stable. After a promising start to his career, it sort of all tapered off. We did have a winner on the same day. We went a bit further north to Donald, and this was a terrific effort by Unassailable. She won a 1,000 metre 0 to 58. She was 4 wide the trip. Wasn't pretty to watch. She picked up 11,500. If she'd went to Matawa 3 days earlier to trial, we wouldn't have got that. So it was a good move by Pat. Pat Ryan.
Yeah, it was a great win. Here we are saying we're going to trial the horse, and then Pat says, that track's pretty rough. I think we're wasting our time trialling it. We might as well just take it to the races. If we run 5th, we get $500. better than paying $250 to trial. Jockey must have missed that bit because he had a 4 wide the trip, and I thought on the corner where you're going to have to stop because you're nowhere near fit enough. But to her credit, she was just better than him, and you know she won really good. And then I know Pat was pretty excited on the way home, and he just said that she's come back stronger and better, and you know there's a lot of improvement in her. So good on him for thinking outside the square and having the the guts to ring up and say, look, I control this thing, but I think we're better off just go to the races and just see where we're at under race pressure. And, you know, maybe we do trial some of these horses too much or train them too much before we take them to the races. And, you know, one thing I like about Pat is, you know, he's always prepared to get on the phone and have a chat. Must be his psychology background coming out where he just loves a chat. And, you know, he's prepared to think outside the square and, you know, he thinks about what he's doing. And, yeah, really pleased for the horse and for Pat and for the owners that, you know, essentially now she's paid for a preparation and, you know, she's a chance later in the prep maybe to get to Moonee Valley on a Friday night and give one of those 1,000, 1,100 races a shake.
4 out of the last 5 winners have come from the Pat Ryan stable, so that says enough. Mr. Moneybags, Wednesday, Caulfield 1,000 guineas day. We'll talk about Moneybags first. He never got into the running line, but he was still disappointing. He was gone 400 out. He's only beaten 6 lengths. He ran last, but obviously we had a bit of chat about what we do with him, and he may be heading north.
Yeah, look, he travelled beautifully in the run. I think he had him up 3rd or 4th in the run, and he was fair travelling to the corner. And I thought, oh, well, you know, he's going to just peel out here and find the line. But, you know, when he got around that bend and he sort of went for him, he was already at his top and there was really nothing there. So he didn't find the line at all and ended up running last. So, look, at the end of the day, the horse is sort of not going as good as he was. He's probably, at a rating point of view, he's probably, you know, he's an 84. The issue is in spring, an 84 in spring is 6 lengths better than an 84 in autumn. So he's going to struggle to win. So, yeah, we picked him up. Lindsay said he's done what he can do with the horse. And, you know, now he's home in the paddock for a week. Had a few options here. Do we retire him or do we try him somewhere else? So the owners have voted and the horse will be going to Queensland. And he'll have a couple, probably 3 runs up there. And, you know, if he can find some form there, the reverse way going in a weaker grade. And, you know, everyone says Queensland racing is about 6 lengths off Melbourne Springs, probably at least that. So, you know, if that's true and the horse is sound and well, he might be able to win 1 or 2 up there. You know, he's really very much in the twilight of his career. So, yeah, I think, you know, he deserves 1 roll of the dice, and he's going to a young fella up there called Damien Batters that was actually at the sales and selected the horse and broke him in and started training him before he had to make a big decision to move to Queensland with his family. And the horse came to Victoria because of his Vobis. So it's probably a little bit of fairy tale that he goes back to, you know, the full circle back to that trainer after having a big career with Robbie Griffiths and then Lindsay Smith. I think he's won 600 and something thousand for a horse that cost 25 grand, but he's happy and sound. I bought him home yesterday, beautiful horse, and he's in great order. Credit to Lindsay. And yeah, he'll head up to the better weather and see if that other way going helps him.
Yeah, obviously Robbie did a good job, and the move to Lindsay, 110,000 from 109 starts, a couple of wins and a cup. So was all vindicated. Later, a couple of races later, Literary Magnet finished 4th in a Group 1, the 1,000 skinnies. Geez, she's still very green. She kept coming to the line, and yeah, while the winner and the second horse were probably too good, she's ran really well.
Yeah, look, she's a really good filly. Yeah, to run 4th in 1,000 guineas Group 1, great effort. Some nice horse in that race. She's very green, as you say, and she doesn't help herself. Yeah, Dean had to pull the whip through in the left hand to try and get it hit the line. Was touch and go between her and Daniel Bowman's horse, who got fourth. But fortunately for us, she got fourth, which, goes on a resume and a pedigree. I think the first two horses were clearly superior. Yearning just came from last and went around them and won easy. And their second horse, who coincidentally was by Jacklebury, was strong to the line. It's got a good win in it as well. So, look, I'm happy she ran fourth. It would have been better if she ran third, but I'm not quite sure what he's going to do with her now. But, she's won over $300,000. And when you look at it, I think she's won a maiden at Warrnambool, and she's run a couple other seconds.
Yep. No, terrific result. I think Dean said blinkers are probably something that if you start a mile, I think we might have chatted about it, find something just a notch back in class with blinkers on. She's very competitive as long as she's still, got a run or two left into this prep. Thursday, yesterday, the road to the Jericho for Cracksman. Obviously a horse we raced through the winter. Bit of an idea about him when we ran him over, I don't know what it was, 3,500 at Coleraine, and Lindsay said, well, why don't we freshen him up and head Jericho bound? And his kickoff run yesterday over 1,700, finished strongly for third. It's a lovely return.
Well, on the corner, I thought he was going to run last, to be honest. But he really hit the line, didn't he? He really travelled beautifully to the line, and he was well underdone. He looked a bit portly in the yard, but no, hit the line good. And there was, we had 260 people on course yesterday at Warrnambool. I think 7 of those were Cracksman owners, so that's great. And, hopefully that's just a sniff of what's to come in the future. But he'll have a program towards the Jericho, and, that was a great return. And I think we found a little bit with these tried second-hand horses that we've bought online, Pete. When we buy them, when we put them into work, they seem to run okay in that first prep without setting the world on fire. But a number of those horses we've put out and then brought back in for their second prep under our banner, we've seen Black Mirror improve out of sight. We've seen Cracksman now put in a super run. And, we've got other ones to come through like Intense and some of those that, Intense has put on nearly 100 kilos. So sometimes you pick these horses up and they just take a prep to furnish, and then just got to be a little bit patient with them. So obviously, I'm not sure if that's going to apply to Never Again, but I like to talk about the ones that sort of suit my theory.
Yeah, no, that's right. We use it to statistics to suit ourselves there, but no, you're right. You're right. And he's got a couple more runs before the Jericho. There's a Cranbourne run and then a Moonee Valley run, which is exciting enough for the owners to be watching a 3,800 metre race at the Valley in about 4 weeks' time. That must be 3 laps of the Valley, is it?
He'll be giddy.
Yeah. Raise the Colours was also meant to run yesterday, scratched because of the heavy track. She'll run in a fillies and mares race on Thursday at Ballarat. Probably works out well. You said the weather's going to be improving during the week, so hopefully Thursday she'll get a good track to kick off on. Tomorrow, Caulfield Cup Day. So for the ones in the ATB tipping comp, the Caulfield Cup's the race to tip on, so I'll get that out of the road. We've got a runner in the Group 2 Tristark. You've already won this race at least once, I know of, Darren, with a horse called La Passe. Tomorrow we've got Steinem second up in the race. There's a bit of conjecture where she was going to go to, but she's ended up in this field. And Sarah Leo misses a scratching, which won on 1,000 Guineas Day. So it's a field of 9. I think we come from gate 9, Jai McNeil on.
Well, she's $14. When La Passe won this race, she was $30. Obviously, if it's heavy, Colette, $2.40 is going to be extremely hard to beat. But I think Steinem's a little bit of an X factor because, she won like she liked at Sandown at a second outing. So she was 2 from 2 and had a big boom. And she went to Adelaide and she was good first up there, at a third start running 4th, and then just didn't fire in the Oaks, and had a low-grade virus when she came home. she's had a good spell. She's furnished. She's gone back in. She's had a run at Mornington over 1200. Unsuitable distance, unsuitable track. Look, I'm expecting massive improvement here tomorrow. If she's going to be as good as they say she is, there'll be massive improvement here, and that's why she's in a Group 2 Tristock when she's like a 64 or 68 rated horse. John McNeil's stuck with her. He didn't jump off. You know, like I think she's going to improve big time tomorrow. I don't know if the wet ground worries her. I've seen Frankel's win in the wet overseas. She's $3 a place. There's 9 in the race. I think you just got to back her each way. Maybe you take Colette and her and rove them in the bank first 4 or something. But I'm probably going to be disappointed if she doesn't run top 4.
Typical Caulfield on the third day, you know, they get out wide beyond the middle of the track and down the outside. Like, it sets up for a, the only thing with 9 in the race is how much pace is there in the race. But yeah, look, I agree. I think we'll see massive improvement from a very smart filly. Same day, we'll go to Bendigo. Here's a horse that's knocking on the door called Anology with Matthew Williams out to a mile. I think the first couple of runs have been 14 and 1500. Should nearly won both races, but still a maiden, and he gets his chance tomorrow. Zach Spain stays on.
Well, you know, he's a horse that was, I think we've talked about it before. He had a wind up. He was supposed to go to the yearling sale, couldn't go, had a wind up, gelded. Took the risk of playing on with him rather than moving him on. And here he is, $3.75, clear favourite tomorrow at Bendigo in a race that if you win, it's 50-something thousand to the winner.
Yeah.
It's stuff that dreams are made of, and he's holding a Derby entry. So, look, if he went there and won tomorrow, he's probably going to go and have one run and go straight into the Derby. Or he might even go, I don't know if he can go straight into the Derby now or not, off a 1600, probably not. But, look, Matthew Williams is just wrapped in this horse, and Zach Spain's the same. So, look, he's a freak, this horse. He's sort of come from a horse that could have easily went, I think if he had been broken at the time, he just would have been given a pony club, you know, and there would have been a wasted opportunity. Makes you wonder how many horses are. Never get found how good they are. But, you know, he's a revelation. So, look, I really hope he runs well tomorrow. And on his runs, you know, he's going to get back. He needs a lot of luck. He needs a clear run. He could be sort of midfield or worse, and he could be charging home like the winner, and he could get bang into one and get beat. But, you know, if he gets a clear run on him, he's going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, big track at Bendigo should suit. I'm not 100% sure about a real heavy track, but being a big horse, but on form, he certainly is the one to beat. We've also got Street Baby, who has moved from Daniel Bowman's camp to Andrew Bobbin's camp, with Daniel's blessing, quite a setup for Street Baby. Now she's kicking. She would have kicked off a fortnight ago, except for booting the hell out of the treadmill and cutting the leg. But she's ready to go now. I think it's a 1400 metre race. I might add 12 on the sheet. I think it's 1400. Kieran Quilty. Not sure. I mean, I have heard of her. She's claims 3. It's a kickoff point, hey?
Hopefully she doesn't watch this. Yeah, 1400, 0 to 58, Street Baby. Look, she's a hot filly, temperament-wise. She's not a filly that enjoys getting on and off the truck every day to go to the track. She was getting very dangerous there. So Daniel rightly said, look, it might be best if she goes somewhere where she can be trained on a farm, and she only has to get on the truck to go to trial or go race day. And he recommended Andrew Bobbin. And here we are, first up with her. She's 1400, 0 to 58, $7.50. Her form's not too bad. Last prep. She had an issue last start with her throat. That's been corrected. That's been given the all clear. So, you know, she's $7.50. I thought she might have been bigger odds than that, but look, I haven't done the form on the race, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how she presents and what Andrew says in his pre-race tomorrow.
Been very happy with her. He said she's really settled. Like, he gave her the extra time to settle in, and her trials have been okay. And Proof will be in the pudding tomorrow. I suppose a heavy track again's a little query, but be good to see it kick off. Saturday, yeah, still again tomorrow, Saturday, Avoca, about 40 minutes from where I am. Madam Mischief, she finds a perfect track, perfect race for her. The leader's track, Avoca. I think she drops back from 16 to 1300, which is probably more in her court. She can probably run a mile. She didn't get it to suit last time, but I just think if she jumps to the lead with Michaela Lawrence on, she'll take some catching around Avoca.
Yeah, well, I think the ride is the key here. She's a filly that has to lead. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Like if you don't lead, forget about it. So look, she's come up $4 favourite, Pete.
I'd jump
she
all
finds
over
on it, she's drawing 8.
Yeah.
You like
I'd jump all over the $4.
Well, you and I have been to Avoca many times, and such a shame we can't go tomorrow. It's always a great day there, isn't it? Normally It's hot, year weather. Tomorrow it'll be raining. It'll be rain affected. What are they saying? I don't know what they're saying the track is, but
this time 5 years ago, I was there, Darren. Cullinan won for us.
Yeah, and Declan Bates was riding there. So
yeah,
there you go. But at the end of the day, the straight's about 180 metres.
Yeah.
So, you know, if she can find the front and she rides it like she should ride her and she knows how to ride her, well, you know, if she's freshened up from the mile back to the 13 and that works, she should be in the finish. She's a filly that's won 100 grand and she's a 58 rater, which is just says so much about how good the prize money is in this state. You know, she's a filly that probably will get moved on sooner than later, but while she's racing well, you got to try and just keep banking the checks. So Pat Ryan's confident for tomorrow, and I think with that rider on, she knows exactly what she has to do, and I'd expect her to be leading and leading well.
Exactly, and the following day with a similar type, she might do the same. Black Mirror is in a comes back from 2000 to 1800. It's similar sort of race to what she won there 2 starts ago. Her 2 kilo claim brings her in with the same weight. She won easy there, like I said, 2 starts ago, and it's probably a little bit more depth in the race because I think the first 2 cross the line head to one of those country series races in might be Oaks Day, I think. So I don't know what price you got Black Mirror there, but she'd be one of the favourites, I would have thought.
Yeah, eagle favourite. There's 3 of them all at $5.
Yeah.
So that just means no one knows because Matty Wimp's got one in called Confusion, and it's $5. So I think everyone's confused about the form. $5. Look, I don't know, 2100 back to 1800. I'm not sure, but 58 grade at Horsham on a Sunday, wet track. I think it's still saying good 4 here, but that can't be right. Her run at the Valley was good. Like she was gone, and he got her off that bad part of the track, and then she ran the same last 400 as the winners. So, look, if she can sort of be ridden that way, she'll go forward. Tight track. I don't know. If the rail's off, we're no hope. But if the rail's fair, she'll be right in the finish.
Yeah, no, I agree. She'll be the strongest, you would think, when it comes back to the fact that we know she's going to appreciate getting beyond 2000. So could be a big weekend for Michaela, hopefully, and for our owners. Same day, we got Write Your Name now. He's in one of these races where it's first and second head to Oaks Day. It's a $100,000 benchmark 70. Good money for out in the bush. But we've drawn 13, and the big query, and probably the main query, is what type of track we get. Now, I spoke to Lindsay today, and he said if it's anywhere in the heavy range, he's not running. He said the horse is going too well off the back of the Coleraine win to waste a run. So we'll be basically waiting up until 7:30 on Sunday morning with a decision. Lindsay's going to liaise with Paul Prushka, who's up there at Horsham, and he'll give him a rundown on how the track walks. He'll go and check it out that morning and feed that back to us, and yeah, wait and see. But horse runs like he did at Coleraine with the same sort of approach, be hard to beat.
He's drawn 19.
Yeah, there's 13 running. I think he can take 6 of those away. Field of 13.
He's $10.
He's $10. There you go.
He's $10.
Probably half that if he drew a gate.
Yeah, he's got a lead, so if he comes out of 13, I don't know.
Remember when we were at Coleraine?
Yeah, I doubt he'll run because I can't see how. Like, they got the track as a good 4 now, but
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's had any update since the rain. But I suppose we could ask Paul. But I don't know. A leader from 13 on a dodgy track that's half wet, you wouldn't run him. But
No.
I tell you what, if it was a good 3 and he drew 3 and he was going to lead on him, there's no way he'd be $10.
He was $25 at Coleraine for a long time before he started $4.40, but yeah, we need a service.
Yeah, I noticed you bought a new car the next day.
Yeah, Matchbox car. I asked Lindsay the same question. He says, I don't bet.
Of course he doesn't.
Anyway, so that's them. So we'll know more about Write Your Name as the day gets closer. Rotorua kicks off at Mornington on Monday over 1200 for Logan McGill. We know he's probably a miler. Will Gordon riding Write Your Name as well. Will Gordon's riding Rotorua. Look and see for me, 1200 around Mornington.
Not a horse that you'd be putting money on.
No.
I think the reports have been okay, but he's got to kick off somewhere.
Yeah. And then that's it with the accepted horses. Geelong, we could have a few going around at Geelong. We've got a Dandy Man and Crackerjack Prince are definitely kicking off in the benchmark 64 1400. So
Same race.
Yeah, same race. Both, well, they're both promising.
Who's the better horse there? Who's the better horse?
Couldn't split them at the moment, could you? Did they both? No, a Dandy Man won on debut. The Crackerjack Prince might have won at his 3rd start. Crackerjack Prince has gone to town. Oh, no, Jesus, be splitting hairs there, Darren. I'm not going to upset any owners.
So you're saying basically whoever first time out of those two, the horse is nothing different. It's just a better trainer.
No, they're first up. They're an improvement for both of them.
Could be a better trainer, or it could be a better rider, or it could be a better game.
Ballarat Stoush, Friedman versus Archie Alexander. Both got good record with horses. Both got good
My money's
records.
on Archie.
Righto, there you go. They both got good records with horses
Mitch.
First up. Right, I'll go with Mitch. He won his race there over 1400 on debut.
Yeah.
We'll also have Hasseltoff in the benchmark 78 over 1500. I noticed there's a hell of a lot of entries in this race, so hopefully we get a run.
What rating are we?
71 or something. We're about 26th in order. I think we'll get a run.
Jeez. All right. That's going to be a big field. That's Cup Day, isn't it? Geelong Cup Day.
Yeah, a lot of people love these cups, don't they? Cup days. And Serious
Suspect's being nominated 1200. He's got 98 kilos.
Yeah, I only have to do about half an hour's work to get to his weight, Darren. Just waste a little bit that morning. 65 kilos. Beck's looking at me all funny.
Yeah.
Maybe 105.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, he's nominated him there. That was never in the plan. But anyway.
I think, Darren, what it highlights...
Maybe he's nominated. He might have nominated him. Sometimes they nominate him for other reasons than racing.
To use the track to have a gallop, maybe. I think what it highlights... I
wouldn't say that on national TV.
I think it highlights where we are with this horse, how hard it is to come back to the country and find races in open handicaps. Because you just get weighted out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Pete. So I've written down your ATB multi-bet and worked out the odds.
What for? Oh, yeah, right. Our weekend runners. Yep.
Yep. So you've got Steinem, the runner, placed at $3.
Yep.
Owenology to win at $3.70.
Yep.
Madam Mischief to win at $4. And Black
Yep.
Mirror to win at $5. That's a total of 222 to 1. $10 on that gets you just over 2,200.
Well, we might have to have a go at that one, Darren.
Well, you like Steinem for the place. You like Owenology to win. You like Madam Mischief to win. You like Black Mirror to win.
Yeah, and I reckon what
So
I'll
for
do,
$10, it's over $2,000.
I might outlay $20 because I'll have the first two. I'll be shit myself by the last one. I'll have Black Mirror to run a place as well.
Yeah, well, if you take them all the place, you're probably still looking at 60 to 1.
Yeah, with a cash out option. Well. Well,
There you go.
You look at them all individually, you hope they all run well. So if they can all run well and gel together, there's a nice collect.
Yep. All right. Now, the tipping comp that we've been running, so it's on the Caulfield Cup this weekend, and out of the 130 odd that ended, we've got 7 geniuses have tipped both winners.
Yeah, only 7. Yep. So we've had.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you would think. So what do we have? We had Incentivised was the first week. Now, well, he's a $2.50 Caulfield Cup favourite tomorrow. Who won last week? Animo. So we basically had 2 favourites. Basically had 2 favourites, and yet 120 people have gone by the wayside.
I suppose very elegant.
Yeah,
a few.
60 people went there.
Yeah, well, I think the Caulfield Cup's going to be very difficult. So we might have no one with 3 winners after this weekend if a roughie gets up. So better to see. I think they'll be widespread, the tips. And for those who have won those prizes in the first couple of weeks, those prizes have actually been posted out.
Yep.
They're gone.
I think
So,
Stephen King got a cap last week. So
yeah,
I tell you,
it's gone, and Alan Brown's is gone.
I sent the email out at 4 o'clock today, Darren, and by 10 past 4, there was about 50 entries. They must want an ATB cap. They're all trying to get
the first one in. Yeah.
First one in. Yeah.
All right, now this week we're running a different comp, and it's really only for these people that watch ATB every week. And now that you've sent that email out, there'll be a lot more watching than normal. But anyway, so the bottom line is I'm going to put 4 lots of $50 multis on tomorrow for 4 clients who get drawn out, who enter the comp and get drawn out. And all you have to do is give me a selection for the Caulfield Cup, the Cox Plate and the Melbourne Cup, and I'm going to put $50 on that multi for you. So you'll do that at 9:30 tomorrow. Entries have to be in by when?
Well, basically, we'll cut it off at 9. We'll cut it off at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock cutoff.
Yeah, so you need to nominate your 3 winners, like you said. Also, we need a mobile phone number and a code to enter, Darren, which is a question. You need to get it right. Who won last year's Caulfield Cup?
So who won the 2020 Caulfield Cup? You need to submit the name of that horse. Now, if you submit any entries after 9 o'clock, won't be looked at. That's Victorian time. If you don't put your mobile number on it, your entry won't be looked at. If you don't put 3 selections in, your entry won't be looked at.
Yep.
And if you don't name the 2020 Caulfield Cup winner, your entry won't be looked at.
Yep.
So when those entries come in, you'll sort all that out, put them in a jar, and then you'll get someone there with you to draw them out live on Facebook at
on our ATB
9:30
page.
a.m.
Yep.
And then you'll send me the 4 contestants, and then I shall put those bets on at the Royal Meredith Hotel, I've been told, Pete. I got chastised last week.
Oh,
it's the Royal Meredith.
What did I say?
Not
Meredith?
the Meredith. The Royal Meredith. Got in a bit of trouble there with one of the directors. And anyway, and I'll put those on, and I'll take a photo of those tickets.
I'll make it up to him.
I'll take a photo of those.
I'll make it up to him.
Well,
the Royal Meredith cap on.
It wasn't him that was complaining.
Oh.
Anyway, well, Damien was all right. We'll put the. I'll take a photo of the tickets.
Yep.
And and then I'll send those tickets by text to those people, so they can see that the bets are on. And if anything goes wrong with that multi, because I assume I can do this in the hotel on the TAB. I'm sure I can take a multi for those 3 legs.
Yep.
If they won't allow me to do that for $50, what we'll do is I'll put the $50 on the Caulfield Cup selection. And then if that gets up, I'll then put that winning amount on the Coxblade horse, and I'll do it week by week. But I'm pretty sure I can get that multi on. Okay, so that's happening tomorrow, and we'll let you know next week who went in and what happened.
For anyone that
judging by the fact that
you're right.
Judging by the fact that 2 weeks into the comp, we've only had 7 that have tipped the 2 winners, I'm not really expecting a payout.
And for anyone that doesn't watch Facebook Live, I'll actually record it, and we'll flick it out anyway. So, get your entries in.
All right. Now,
you want my
your
top 4?
First 4 for the I want your first 4 for the Caulfield Cup, because you've been known as the Ballarat first 4 king. And regularly pocketing money. Apparently on the 1,000 guineas, you had the first 4 there that paid 59,000. You took D. Thornton as a rover, because he's the Royal Meredith Hotel's nephew, and you took Literary Magnate as a rover, and went field, and you invested $3,752. And banked 59,000. Well done.
Something wrong with that, Darren. I'm still here at 15 Nauru Street. I don't think I won anything.
So your first 4.
Yeah.
Have you got a first 4? Who are your top 4 horses?
Well, we tip is Young Werther, Danny O'Brien, to beat Incentivise. Yep. To beat Incentivise. To beat third Montefilia. And
He's
Delphi.
in order now.
And Delphi. Oh, well, they're my top 4, but they're in order. So Young Werther.
Delphi for 4.
Yeah. If Damien Oliver is wasting away to lose the equivalent of a leg, you got to put him in. They're my 4.
Righto.
Yours? So you're not going to give
up.
Right.
This is how I'm going to play the first 4 tomorrow.
Yep.
I've selected 3 horses to put in the first 4, and I'm going the field in the other leg.
Righto.
So I'll be taking Delphi.
Yep.
Explosive Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chosen One.
Righto. And so you don't want Incentivise to be the 4th one then?
I don't want Incentivise from barrier 20 as a leader on a wet track. That horse has only ever led and won. How the hell is he going to come from whatever the widest gate is, 17, 16, whatever they run? Are they going to let that horse, are they going to let Preble just go forward and lead?
Probably
not.
If
they do, they're brain dead.
Or they're all
There's
on.
no way known they should let that horse cross. They should go hard and have him 5 wide the trip and watch him carve. I don't want him to run first 4. If he had a drawn barrier 1 to 6, I think he'd be $1.30. But from that gate, I think he's going to be exposed. I love the run of the Chosen One. I thought Delphi was enormous the other day. He backs up. He has backed up and won overseas. He's got good wet track form. I'm a little bit biased because some of our owners are in Delphi, Pete.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Barry Pang, Alf Gauchi, Chris Blomley was actually responsible for doing the deal. They've had a lot of issues with this horse early on, but look, he's flying. On his run the other day, he's going to be hard to beat. I think the Chosen One was great late in that race. And look, I'm biased towards Jackalbury, but Explosive Jack, his best form's been over 2,400. The rain won't worry him. He's just been smoking his pipe, and I've just got a feeling that this is the race they think he can figure in. And for 4th, I just need some horse to run 4th in my first 4 that doesn't have a name, that's paying $138. so that I can get enough money so next time I fill up my car with fuel, I don't have to do a drive off.
Drive off. I'll try and find you that horse. Probably something like Chapata, Salino. There are hundreds. That'll do.
There's always something. There's always one that you can't hit.
Be better for one too. You might get the pull.
So I'll rove though. I'll take those 3 as rovers. I don't know. I haven't worked out what it's going to cost yet, but yeah, it won't cost a lot. But yeah, that'll be my play. And if Incentivise doesn't run a drum,
will you be watching that Will you be watching that from the Royal Meredith Hotel?
Yeah, I've got my own table there, Pete. Right in they call me. I sit in what's called the naughty corner, and you know, I've got my own little spot there. And yeah, I'll be one of 10 in the bar, Pete.
Because what I want is, if you get that first 4, I want you to demand that Damien Kelly pays you out. See how much money he's got in that pub.
I reckon if I get that first 4, he'll give me the pub.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, trade off.
Anyway, we're going to look forward. Listen, I'm going to have a good day there tomorrow, and we'll see what damage we can do. But well, that's probably a wrap on ATV TV. It's a little bit late now, 7:10. We've probably been going an hour, Pete. So we better wrap it up. Go and have some dinner. But look, I know the weather's not going to be great, and you can't really. Have they got a crowd there tomorrow at all?
No, not tomorrow. No, it's
it's a shame.
Not Cox Plate Day, not Derby Day. First day might be Melbourne Cup Day, 10,000 people. So they're letting a few New South Wales jockeys in, though. What's going on there? Cox Plate Day.
5 of them, they said, can come in. Anyway, it's small steps for us. But anyway, look, enjoy Caulfield Cup Day. For all those who've got runners coming up the next week, I hope they run well for you. The ones that had runners last week, I think we've got, you know, there's some nice runs there. And I think for the ones that didn't run well, I think at least we've got good plans in place for you to go forward. And obviously as managers of these horses, it's our job to sort of, when things don't work out, is to come up with good plans. And I think we've done that on all those horses. And I think Pete's played a big part in that. So well done, and enjoy the weekend. And let's hope either Pete or I get the first. Until next week, I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morgani. Cheers for now.
Hey, guys.